Assalamu alaikum. Been a while, eh? You're probably wondering like why I've been gone for so long. Some of you might be, some of you probably don't care, which is fine. But just to let you know, I've been out for a while because me posting daily, right? That was just I, I think the intention of me posting daily became posting daily. It became less about providing a great level of value to you guys, right? And I just want to be able to do that, right? I just want to be able to give you my experiences in a very, very valid way and not have to like come up with these ideas that really don't help anybody. But anyway, I want to get to this. I want to get to this video, okay? And the video is basically about how to kind of shorten your phone usage, okay? Because I feel like a lot of us spend a lot of time on our phones for absolutely no reason, okay? So, let me tell you a little bit of a story, right? Okay. So, I was in Saudi, and when I went to Saudi, for those of you who don't know, like I'm a Muslim who's a revert, right? And so, when I went to Saudi Arabia, right? I was at Mecca and Medina, specifically the Kaaba, which is like what we consider the house of Allah, right? And I went to try kissing this rock that we call Hijr Aswad. Only a few people are fortunate enough to kiss that rock because there's so much of a rush there. There's so much pushing and shoving. It's ridiculous, okay? And so I go to try kissing the rock, but I don't realize I have my belt on. And this belt has my phone in it. This belt also has my AirPods in it, okay? So when I go to kiss it, I get to kiss it, right? And then I get out of the crowd being squeezed and everything. There's sweat all over me. My little spiritual robe is all coming off and everything too. And then I touch down here and I'm like, wait, I don't I don't have my belt buckle with me. And so now I'm kind of losing it. I'm like, wait, where's my phone? And I realized I dropped it, right? And so now I'm like, oh, great, I have no way to contact my family. Secondly, I lost my phone. That is a very valuable possession, right? And in the moment, I was just thinking about trying to find my family. And so, luckily, after like 2 hours of searching for people at the Kaaba, I found someone who speaks Urdu and I was able to like contact my family and things like that. But in that moment, I realized that something came to mind. It was my video about possessions that I made and how you can't be attached to your possessions. And I thought about what would happen if I was to lose my phone, right? I thought about it. I was like, how would I react? What would happen? And I thought about why it specifically happened at the Kaaba, at the house of Allah, right? So I thought there was a reason this was all happening because it was, eh, eh, God, it was God's plan, essentially. And this is when I was starting to become a lot more spiritual. This is when I was starting to become a lot more spiritual and actually start believing uh, in God because of it's spiritual things are so hard to explain, but it's more of just like a feeling, right? So I was like, did I lose my phone for a reason here? And I was kind of telling myself that okay, I think it was for the sole fact of me being tested. Like, how will I react if I was to lose my phone? I think God was testing my reaction. Not only that, but I was posting on a daily basis on YouTube when I had lost my phone. Okay, before I had lost my phone, sorry. And so it made me think like, did I lose it because I wasn't supposed to post like this constantly? And it made me think and it made me realize something that I deep down thought about. And it was because although I would like to post every day because I'd like to be successful and I realistically could post every day, make videos like this every single day. I had been. You know this. But it would take away from the quality of my content. And I would be talking about things that I might not have directly experienced, and then I feel like I would have been selling myself selling my soul in some way to this idea of just becoming some sort of influencer, trying to like, you know, money grab or become someone who makes a business just so I could like, I don't know, profit off my audience. And I don't like that idea at all. I want to be able to provide some sort of just natural value just through my life experiences, right? And so that's what was going on in my head. Now, I get back to Pakistan after Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't have a phone, okay? I don't have a phone. But for some reason, I feel at peace. For whatever reason, I realized I didn't have to post. I didn't have to go look at someone's Snapchat story because I was just programmed to. I didn't have to lose my mental health over the fact that, you know, someone might have looked better than me subconsciously on Instagram or something like that. I didn't waste time watching YouTube videos. I was present and I was there with my family. I was there. And I won't lie to you, it was some of the most peaceful weeks of my life. I had never experienced something like this. It was almost like a forced dopamine detox. Because, quite frankly, Pakistan already does not have great Wi-Fi. It's a third world country, right? So I had to go through that trouble. I only had my laptop and I was using it to mostly do some work. I couldn't record videos or do anything, but surprisingly, it was the most peaceful time I'd ever had in my life. For a long time. And I was like wondering, like, how is that even possible? And then I realized something, right? And then I realized all of these things I tell myself about how I need to be on Instagram, how I need to reply to someone's messages, how I need to do these things. I realized I didn't need to, they were just wants. How I needed to play music, that wasn't a need, that was a want. How I needed to do this, how I needed to text this person, they needed to know, how they don't need to. You wanted them to know. You wanted to text them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not going to demonize social media. I think there's some good parts about it. There's some bads about it. The problem is the overindulgence and allowing it to be attached to your mind. The biggest thing I realized when I lost my phone was that it is separate from me. It is not a necessity. It is something that is a bonus that supplements me. It is not something that makes me. Because as soon as I lost it, I was losing myself. I was like, wait. I just lost a part of myself. Like I'm touching my, pants to try finding my phone and try look, just so I can, click on these apps without being conscious of clicking on them. And then, 40 minutes passed and I finally realized, I was actually on Snapchat that entire time. I was on Instagram, YouTube. You don't even realize it. And then I finally started detaching myself. It's crazy. You're separate from your phone. That's what I realized from losing it. But you've had it so often. We've all had our phones so often that we think we're just one with our phone. And guess what? I'm experiencing the other side of this now. Now that I've got a new phone, guess what's happening? That screen time is slowly ranking up again. Slowly going back up. For a good few months, I was on 2 hours a week on average, not a week. That's insane. 2 hours a day. You know what the average is for adolescence? Which is, for those of you who don't know, adolescence is about like your teen years, practically speaking, right? All the way maybe up until you're 20. You know what it is? You know what the average is for us, y'all? 10 to 12 hours. Like around that range is the average phone usage. That is half a day. Let that sink in. Mine was 2 hours a week. Sorry, 2 hours a day on average for the entire week. Our averages are 10, 8, all the way to 11 hours on average per day. That's ridiculous, bro. But now mine's starting to ramp right back up again. Here's a simple solution, and I'll give it to you nice and quick and easy. Okay. I know I might have stretched this out for 10 minutes, but I think that was a very important story so you realize that you're separate from your phone. You and your phone are not one thing. You are separate. Okay, and I know that seems very obvious when I say it initially, right? Like, yeah, of course, like my phone is my phone and I'm me, like, but it almost becomes like a necessity, like we need it. It's like water, it's like air for us now, but it's not. So what I need you to do, okay, what I need you to do anytime you get up in the morning trying to do something productive, not airplane mode, don't cut off the Wi-Fi thinking that'll do something. Don't have that screen time or whatever those, you know what I'm talking about? Like you lock the app for like 30 minutes after 30 minutes of usage of the app or something like that. Like none of that. Turn off your phone. Simple as that. Turn off your phone. Every time I go to Jummah prayer now, turn off my phone. No need for it. Every time I'm doing some sort of work, turn off my phone. Don't need it. There'll be some times where I'm doing some sort of work that, I don't need to be like particularly focused for doing, so I'll listen to music and things like that, which I think is fine. But again, I know most of us aren't disciplined enough to just listen to music. We always end up touching our phone and then going to other apps. The only way you initially build that discipline is if you start by just turning off your phone. But Shay, what if I get an emergency call? What if someone starts calling me, bro? What if it's an emergency? Let's be honest. How many emergency calls have you had within the past year? Let's really be honest. Oh, and that person that you need to send memes to on Snapchat, Instagram. Come on. Is that really a necessity? You don't need to do any of that. I'm telling you, once you turn off your phone, you'll realize how much you do not need to do any of that stuff. You do not need to. It's the intrusive thoughts that come in that tell you you need to. And it's, why do those come in? Because you think you need your phone. Because you're one with it. It's like air, it's like water, it's like food. You need it. What I want you to do is turn off your phone, right? And then sit down, do your work. Or turn off your phone, go for a walk. Turn off your phone, meditate. Turn off your phone, go to the gym even. If you need music for the gym and you're trying to do it some other time or elsewhere, okay, do that. But I need you to have at least one activity where you just literally turn your phone off for it. I don't care if it's walking. I don't care if it's something. Start small. I'm not trying to tell you to go hardcore, okay? That's not going to work. We know it's not. You need to progressively overload, or in this case, progressively deload your phone usage. So are you going to do that? You're literally going to turn off your phone. And you're just going to throw it in your room and then go do something else besides being in your room. Go do literally anything else. Anything else. Okay? I think that's the best way. And it's like, well, why would you want to decrease your phone usage, right? I think this genuinely will help you have better conversations with people because you're a lot more present. What tends to happen when you use your phone all the time, and this is starting to happen to me again, which is why I'm making this video primarily. I'm not just making it for y'all, I'm also making it for myself, right? Because I fall into this temptation all the time as well. I'm human as well. It's because what ends up happening, right, is you use your phone so often. I don't know how to particularly articulate this, but it's almost like your vision gets clouded by something. you feel as if you're not really there. You're not there all the way in reality. Things kind of feel fake around you. Like you feel like you're looking through things through a lens. But there'll be moments and times where you're just walking outside and you look at like a little leaf or something. Or you look at the stars while you're walking outside and they just seem so real sometimes. Especially if you're a spiritual person too. If you pray to Allah, if you play, if you take part in any particular religion, or you're just spiritual just in general, you'll know what I'm talking about. Though you'll have glimpses of that. And if you can sustain that, oh, mashallah, that'd be lovely. But a lot of us can't do that. So again, start off by closing your phone. That's all you need to do. Close your phone, literally leave it somewhere, and then go do something else. I don't care if it's, playing some sort of sport. I don't care if it's meditating. I don't care if it's cooking something. I don't care if it's going to the gym. Whatever it is, go have a conversation with someone and just be fully present. Look into their eyes while you talk to them. Do that, bro, and you'll decrease your phone usage, and you'll actually start to realize how much you love having your phone off, and how much you love the fact that it's not this part of you. It's not this need, it's not this necessity that you think it is. You don't have to have that always. Think about it. Even do it right after this video. I promise it'll go a long way. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Yeah, peace. Take it easy.